Hi, fourth grade, and welcome back to Math with Mr. G. Today we're going to continue our work with multiplication. Today we're in fact going to be practicing 2 by 1 multiplication as well as 3 by 1 multiplication. This is just moving into our new objective, which is to multiply or divide to solve word problems involving multiplicative comparison, for example, by using drawings and equations with a symbol for the unknown number to represent the problem, distinguishing multiplicative comparison from additive comparison. There's a lot going on that objective. We're not going to dive right into those word problems. That's a long-term goal and objective that's going to take us a couple days to reach. The next video we'll actually be working on word problems and diving into this more. However, those word problems involve us to understand 2 by 1 and 3 by 1 steps for multiplication and the strategies and process for those. So we're going to start off small and really build ourselves a foundation for those skills moving forward. So let's start with our first one. So I have 3 times 42, and you can see how this is horizontal. I never ever multiply horizontally, although you can of course do multiplication horizontally this way. It sets up a bad habit because when you start multiplying with larger digits, or even 2 by 2 multiplication or 3 by 2 multiplication, you have to do it vertically. So it's best to start learning this vertically as well to build yourself that habit. So I'm going to put my larger number here on top. And it's not necessarily that it's larger that matters most, but the fact that it has more digits helps a lot with setting up. And this is, again, a good habit for moving forward as it gets more and more complex. So let's multiply. I'm going to multiply up like so, 3 times 2. I know 3 times 2 to be 6, so I'm going to bring it down here. I'm now going to do the same thing with my next number, 3 times 4. I know to be 12. So I'm just going to bring that 12 down right here. There's nothing to carry or bundle over here, so I just bring it straight down. So 126. We're going to follow the same method now with a larger digit with 6. I'm going to put them horizontally. Sorry, I'm going to take them from being horizontal and put them vertically. That's what I meant to say. Okay, 6. Let's draw my lines here to help show this. 6 times 2, I know to be 12. I'm going to carry my 2 down here. And just like addition, we have to bundle and bring that 10 over as 1 into the tens place. So now I'm going to actually multiply 6 times 4, which I know to be 24. And I'm going to add that 1. 24 plus 1 is 25. So 252 is my final answer. Let's scroll down and look at something a little more complex. Let's look at our 3-digit by 1-digit multiplication. So 431 multiplied by 6. Okay, 6 times 1 is 6. I should probably draw my lines for you guys so you can see how we move these numbers in order. Notice that I'm starting with the smallest place value and moving up. You don't want to start with the 4 and move left or right. You want to start at the right and move left. Okay, I'm next going to multiply 6 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. Carrying my 8 down here. Bring that bundled 10 as now a 1 over to the hundreds place. Let's multiply 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 1 is 25. 1, 2, 3, comma. So 2,586. Just like that. Notice too that good habit I have is where I cross that 1 off here. That's to know that I've already used it. So if let's say I'm doing this work and I get distracted. Let's say I have a message, or let's say I'm in class and someone's trying to talk to me, or the teacher pauses us and we're talking about something else to clarify. When I look back at my work, I know that I've already used that one, so I can kind of figure out exactly what part of this process I'm at, which step. Or rather than if I were to look at this and see that I hadn't added that 1 yet, I know what step I'm at. Like I need to multiply and then add. Not that I've multiplied and I've already needed to add. It's just to help show the process you've done so it keeps track of where you're at and what you need to do next. Okay, so as usual, if you followed along this far, we're going to go over an example from our assessment today. So a flower shop has 48 daisies and 12 roses. How many times more daisies are there than roses? Okay, so this is dealing with our objective with multiplicative comparison. So we know there are 48 daisies and 12 roses. We want to know how many times more daisies there are than roses. So 12 times what gives me 48. So here's a trick I'm going to teach you guys as we get more and more into multiplication. Let's say I don't know how to multiply 12 or what to multiply 12 by to get to 48. We're going to do something that I call the tree method. So this helps us understand our multiples and help keep track of them. So this is going to be my tree. Now, all good trees, of course, have leaves. And this tree is going to have 12 leaves. So I'm going to draw myself 12 little discs that are going to essentially be my leaves for this tree. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 leaves. Now, all trees, of course, don't just have floating leaves. Leaves sit up on branches, which branches are then, of course, connected to our trunk. So that's what we're missing is our trunk for this tree. So let's count by 12 and see what the first part of my trunk is going to be. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the first part of my trunk is 12. Well, so far this is a pretty short tree. I want this tree to grow and to be as tall as 48. So this is essentially like skip counting, but able to keep track of it and give you kind of a visual representation of it. So let's count from 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Yeah. And again, starting from 24, now 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. Okay, still not at 48, so let's do this again. 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Like so. And yeah, we found 48. So that's what we're looking for, right? Now, I can't just write 48 here. That's not what we're multiplying by. So we're going to look at this trunk and we're going to look at the rings. Just like you look at a tree ring to see how old a tree is, these rings are going to see how tall this tree is and how many times you need to multiply 12 to get this number here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So yeah, 12 times 4 does in fact equal 48. Now this method is very useful. You can use it with any number to find the multiples, especially with this counting method to be very, very helpful, especially if you're still figuring out your multiplication facts. And this method also helps you learn your multiplication facts because by learning the multiples and skip counting, it actually improves your ability with those multiplication facts and helps you memorize them faster. I don't, however, suggest using this tree method with any number larger than, let's say, 15. After that, it's just taking forever, and there's going to be too many discs and too much to count. You're better off using vertical multiplication and guess and check if you need to. If you need to check anything, of course, rewatch this video, pause at any point you need for the assessment or moving forward. You can come back and find this at any time as well. And as always, I look forward to seeing your work, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.